If you're looking to put your nerves to the test this year, then Xbox has you covered with a whole crypt's worth of creepy tales coming in 2023. This video is brought to you by Evil Dead Rise. You know, lots of writers have to spend some of their time battling demons, but few have been beaten on as badly as Mr. Alan Wake. And after just about making it to the end of his first story alive, he's about ready to pen a sequel. Returning to the series they started over a decade ago, Remedy have kept pretty stum about Alan Wake 2 so far, although we have seen one exceptionally gorgeous teaser trailer. On top of that, they've described the game as a move to survival horror rather than the action game with horror elements that they see the original as, which I guess means that this one is going to try to kill you even harder. Set to hit Xbox Series X and S sometime this year, Alan Wake 2 hails the return of a true cult hero.
Even in the best of circumstances, it's safe to say that life during the First World War was no picnic, and the circumstances in Ad Infinitum are a long way from best. In this first-person horror game, you'll be playing as a German soldier haunted by their experiences on the battlefield. On top of the poison gas and whizzing bullets that you'd expect to be dealing with in a great war game, you'll also be pursued by all kinds of hideous creatures as the border between nightmare and reality begins to burn away. And if you can't wait to be chased through the trenches by unspeakable horrors, the good news is that Ad Infinitum is set to arrive this September.
I know, this is cheating a little bit, as technically it is out today, but we can't not talk about Dead Island 2. This is the sort of horror game that focuses more on thrills than chills, but looks incredibly fun all the same. In this first-person actioner, you'll be playing as one of 6 slayers, each of whom have discovered that they are immune to the zombie virus that has ravaged the world. And while they could use that immunity to lay low and try to quietly survive, boring, they'd much rather head directly for the nearest zombie horde and just start swinging. Featuring bucket loads of gratuitously gruesome melee combat, Dead Island 2 is definitely one for the gore lovers, allowing you to target specific parts of your enemies to try and exploit their weaknesses. It's very gross, but very, very funny. And if you're lucky enough to be playing on Xbox Series X or S, you can slice and dice in sickly 60 FPS. So if you're looking for a sun-soaked getaway this spring, head straight for Dead Island 2 today.
And there's another spooky island getaway on offer come the 2nd of May when Redfall creeps onto Xbox and PC Game Pass. You'll be battling the undead here too, only this time rather than zombies, you'll be taking on vampires, and also the weird human cultists that seem to be following, and a shady private military organization. Basically, you'll have a whole lot of dangerous folks on your hands, and it makes for a truly nerve-wracking solo experience. Although fortunately, Redfall will also let you tag in a couple of friends to keep you company. From telekinetic powers to handy robot helpers, each of the game's heroes has a unique set of powers, and we can't wait to start cooking up some devastating combinations.
Another massive title coming straight to Xbox and PC Game Pass in 2023 is Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl, a game that also marks the console debut of the critically acclaimed series, so hey, Xbox Series X and S owners, you are in luck. This first-person survival horror game takes place in an alternate reality where an unexplained catastrophe has led to the creation of the Zone. It's a place where all sorts of anomalies appear, the rules of physics seem a lot iffier than usual, and deadly mutants are pretty much 10 a penny. It's all kinds of spooky, but do you know what? It does look eerily gorgeous with the Xbox Series X and S's ray tracing effects. There's also quite a lot of really valuable stuff kicking about in the Zone, free for the taking by anyone brave or stupid enough to go looking for it. So, if that sounds like you, prepare for a spine-tingling journey through one of gaming's most haunting destinations.
For most people, the 90s were a vibrant time when Beanie Babies were all the rage and boy bands roamed the earth, but for the residents of a little neighborhood called Grey Hill, that era got a whole lot spookier. The incident which you'll be dealing with in this first-person survival horror game involves the arrival of a bunch of little grey men from outer space. Armed only with your trusty baseball bat and the last few bullets in your revolver, it's up to you to fend off these pesky space invaders. If you're sick of playing as highly trained agents and super soldiers, Grey Hill Incident's Average Joe might just be the change of pace that you're looking for when it comes crashing down to Earth on June 9th.
If any of you lot are interested in things like power tools, the American South, or familial cannibalism, well, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is probably the game for you. Inspired by the groundbreaking 1974 horror film, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre lets you play as either the notorious Slaughter family or one of their would-be victims. If you're a victim, you'll have to stay out of reach while you scavenge for resources and secure your escape route. And if you're a member of the Slaughter family, well, the name says it all really. Either way, we're all in for a bloody good time when those blades start whirring on August 18th and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre arrives straight onto Xbox Game Pass. Result.
And if it's asymmetrical multiplayer games based on beloved horror films that you're after, then get ready for a double bill. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game, is also on its way this year. Definitely not one for coulrophobes though. On the other hand, the humans have the numbers advantage in these 7 versus 3 matchups, but they are essentially unarmed against a trio of psychopathic extraterrestrials wielding all kinds of extravagant sci-fi weapons and bizarre supernatural powers. So it might be an uphill battle for those of us on Team Homo Sapien. But with its randomly generated map layouts, this one promises to keep you on your toes. Unless the aliens steal them, that is.
Xbox Series X and S gamers looking for chills and thrills later this year should say their prayers and prepare to dive into the scary, sacrilegious world of Unholy. In this psychological horror game, you'll be traversing 2 separate dimensions in search of your lost child. The rough part is that both of those dimensions kinda suck. One is the cold, harsh reality of a post-Soviet town, and the other is a creepy alternate realm lorded over by creepy priests. With an intriguing combat system that sees you weaponizing your emotions against your enemies, Unholy looks like something a little bit different and very, very scary.
Okay, you can come back out from behind the couch now. We've put the scary games away. But for all the horror heads out there, 2023 is looking like one blood curler of a year. This video was brought to you by Evil Dead Rise. Critics are raving that this terrifying new movie is the film that horror fans have been waiting for. Mummy brought you into this world and she can just as easily take you out. See her terror reign in Evil Dead Rise, now playing in theaters.
Is what happened to Paul. It happened to us. I'm free now.
Mommy's with the maggots now.
I'm getting this out of you.
You'd be a good mom someday.
Oh, yeah?
You know how to lie to kids.
Evil Dead Rise, rated R.
What games are you most looking forward to being scared census by? Let us know down in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe and ring the bell. We'll see you next time.